So today in the mainstream media, we got a story of the NFL requiring players to stand on the field for the national anthem. And if they don't, there'll be fines or penalties that are involved with it. And if you've been following this channel and you understand what gematria is, you'll understand that today is an absolute perfect day for this story. It's because it syncs up to Donald Trump, the guy who called out the NFL for the players standing and not standing during the national anthem. And please check out the links in the description. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words and phrases. And our mainstream media is always coded with this system. Every single day it is coded this way. Our sports leagues are scripted this way, and they're synced up to the media stories. Sometimes certain media stories are going to tell you who's going to be in the championship even. And it might sound unbelievable, but I have thousands of videos showing this over and over. There are people who understand this system and they're using it to rule over us. And that's why we got this story today, was because today the date is 5/23, and in satanic gematria, Donald Trump equals 523. A lot like the date. Also notice, front and center here, look at the numbers that they really want you to see right here. 88, 10, and 25. There's a reason that they did that. They did it this way. 88 and 25. The word kneel in gematria, the small way equals 25, and the big way it equals 88. Also, the word Trump equals 25, and also 88 the big way. The number 10 is important to some stuff that I was talking about with Marilyn Manson and Charles Manson in October, and it was all about the helter-skelter theory of the blacks rising up that was coded to the Super Bowl this year. That's why we had the death of Charles Manson in November, not even a month after I was bringing it up. And so the number 10 is important. I'm going to skip over that because I want to make this short. But what are the odds? 88 and 25, front and center. Neil 25, 88 Trump 25, 88 the word anthem equals 25. Colin Kaepernick equals 88. The Star Spangled Banner equals 88. The Star Spangled Banner was inspired by the Great Garrison flag. Great Garrison flag equals 88. The Super Bowl this year is at U.S. Bank Stadium that equals 88. There's a whole lot of stuff that was synced up to the stock market crash as well. And then the day after the Super Bowl, the headline was Market Meltdown, right? And the reason of that is because right now we're in the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash when Herbert Hoover was the president. Think about it. H is the eighth letter. A lot like an 88. Donald Trump in reverse equals 159, just like Herbert Hoover even. And think about how they even had Justin Timberlake doing the halftime show. Justin Timberlake hadn't done the halftime show since he did it with Janet Jackson, and he showed her boob. And when he showed her boob, she was singing songs off of her album called Rhythm Nation 1814, which she said was in honor of the year Francis Scott Key wrote the national anthem. And then they bring Justin Timberlake back this year because it was all synced up to standing during the national anthem. It's all, I even have a video where I predicted Pink to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Oddly enough, Pink is pretty specific to pick out a month before they even announce it, and it was all because I understood this system and I was following a certain theme that the media was giving us. But I'll leave that in the description. So another story that we got right under this story about the players, whatever, having to stand now, we had a story about NBA coach calls out Trump for NFL attacks. And you click on it, and it just so happens to be Steve Kerr, the coach of the Golden State Warriors, who are currently playing the Houston Rockets to, whoever wins advance to the NBA Finals, and they're either going to play the Celtics or the Cavaliers. But what sticks out a lot about this is that the same day that we got the story of Donald Trump calling out the people for not standing during the national anthem, LeBron James tweeted "you bum" to Donald Trump, if you remember. And it was all about Steph Curry not coming to the White House right? Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors not coming to the White House. And what sticks out so much is that Donald Trump called out the NFL on 9/23, the date. And in Jewish gematria, LeBron James equals 923. And he's synced up to a whole lot of 923. He was even in that film Trainwreck in 2015, where Amy Schumer's character is 9 in the beginning of the movie, and the rest of the movie takes place 23 years later. And we had the Philadelphia train wreck, and Philadelphia is where the Warriors used to play. But that train wreck happened at 9:23 p.m. And then later in the year, we had Pope Francis come to America on his 923rd day as being the Pope. And he went to the White House at 9:23 in the morning on 9/23. And he's the first Jesuit Pope. Donald Trump went to a Jesuit university, and they're both synced up like no other. Donald Trump's national convention, if you remember, was even in Cleveland just after Cleveland won the NBA Finals. And it was on 18/7, the date, 18/7. And then he became the president 187 days later. Him and Pope Francis's birthdays are 187 days apart. The Jesuits are called Society of Jesus, that equals 187 in gematria. And, I bring that up just because of this story with Steve Kerr. And you bum that LeBron called him equals 51 in gematria. And remember, the Cavaliers hadn't won, or Cleveland hadn't won a sports championship in 51 years until then. It was 51 years, 5 months, 23 days. Now think about that in regards to this story coming out on 5/23 and Donald Trump equaling 523. But 51 years, Cleveland equals 51. Cleveland Cavs equal 51. LeBron James equals 51. They won for the first time 51 years. They ended up going to the White House on November 10th, just after Donald Trump won the election. November 10th is the day that leaves 51 days in the year, and Donald Trump visited the White House that same day. And then 318 days later was 9/23, and check it out. Cleveland Cavaliers equal 318. What a perfect day for LeBron James, who equals 923, to call out Donald Trump and call him you bum, It's just such a joke. I'll leave some links in the description in regards to all of that. I'm running out of time here, but I just wanted to make a short video showing some important things and some important stories in regards to this standing during the national anthem stuff. And what I pointed out a long time ago was that the NBA Finals this year began 8 months and 8 days after 9/23, right? 8 months and 8 days. Remember, Neil equals 88, Trump equals 88. It's a really important day. It's the 151st day of the year. Jesus Christ equals 151. Think about that in regards to the Jesuits. LeBron James is 33 years old. He was born 3 months and 3 days after the 444th anniversary of the Jesuits. And he's 33 years old. Jesus equals 444, and he supposedly died at the age of 33. Also, he's King James, right? And the word James equals 48. Donald Trump equals 48. Wall equals 48. The Mexican-American War came to an end 48. He won just before the closest supermoon since the year 48. And the Indians lost the World Series and haven't won a World Series since the year 48. So, 9/23 to the day they went to the White House even, I believe, is 48 days. So, let me think, 7/38. Yeah, it's 48 days. 9/23 to the day they visited the White House, even 48 days after 9/23. What are the odds, The 48th prime is 223. The Star Spangled Banner, the big way, equals 223. Kaepernick equals 48 and 223 in Jewish gematria. Remember, LeBron James won the NBA Finals on the anniversary of the real King James's birthday. And that lady who told him to shut up and dribble, her birthday was the anniversary of King James's birthday. So, we'll leave it at that. Just wanted to show the 5/23, the significance of why we're getting a story today that's important to kneeling during the national anthem and Donald Trump. So, learn this and apply it for yourself. Check out the links in the description. Have a good one. Peace.